Good afternoon, happy Tuesday, and welcome to Coffee and a Card, a Facebook Live. So I am Holly with Handcrafted Blessings, and always looking forward to being with you on Tuesday afternoon. So this is a time where I want to show off some of your creativity. So I do that with what we call Happy Mail. Any cards that you guys send my way, I will show here on Facebook Live. And then I will show you a project using some new supplies. So, well, today I'm using new supplies. Let's see here. We're just gonna, as you guys are coming in, we're gonna get all up and running here. Here we go. All right, so welcome as you're coming in here live today, or welcome if you're watching later on the replay. So, just situating here. Here we go. All right, so again, happy Tuesday. It's surprisingly bright and sunny here in Iowa, which I am loving. We don't typically see the sun a lot in the winter, but we have the last couple of days, so it's been such a treat. So, okay, like I said, I'm going to start with Happy Mail and show off some of your creativity, the cards that you sent me, and then I'm going to show you some new products that I just got and talk to you about how you can get them and all of that sort of fun things. And then we will make a card as well. Oh, Kathy, that's so exciting. She's got her final house inspection today. So they've been building a new house, and that's very exciting that you get to move in soon. Hi, Diana. Welcome to everybody who's coming in. So let's start with some Happy Mail. The first one is from, it's from one of my downline, from Georgia Allen. She's from here in Iowa. I don't have very many Iowa downline. Most of my downline are spread across the country, but she is one of my OG downline, original ones. Happy birthday. Oh, I love this stamp. I didn't forget your birthday. I'm just stretching out the celebration. So that's a super fun fold too. I like it. So her page is called Stampin' in the Country. So if you want to look up Stamping in the Country, you can check out Georgia and see her Facebook Lives as well. Okay, next is Madeline Glover from New York. And it says, warm hello. And, oh, here we go. Okay. Sometimes I have to I'm looking in the camera to see what the card is, and yeah, anyway, sometimes I have to look and be like, figure out your folds. All right, so there we go. So her white piece to write on is here in on the inside flap, and so it says, wishing you a year full of hearty laughs, smiling faces, and warm hugs. I love it because, see, I have not seen a card made like this where you have your words on the inside flap like that. So I like it. This is why I love to show off your creativity, because I learn things from you guys, and that is so fun when we can all share what we know with card making. Okay, next we've got LeVar Lashmet from Wisconsin. Says, warm birthday wishes. Got some snowflakes there in the background. Thankfully, we do not have snow. It says, birthdays are nature's way of telling us to eat more cake, for sure. Oh. All right. We are having a winter that reminds me of California. So I used to live in California, and winter was, well, the 40s and 50s that we're experiencing here. And it was fantastic. So I'm loving this. Let's see. This one is from Karen Lee. And here we go. It says, friends in any kind of weather. Oh, that's super cute. That is really cute. And her note was on a separate piece that fell out, but that is a really cute card. I think these are the layering diorama dies. I'm not even sure if they're still current, but that's what those dies are from. Karen Setson from Vermont. And, oh, I can't get her card out of the envelope. We're just going to rip the envelope. if I can get it out. All right, there we go. It says, happy birthday. The DSP on the front, and I like the way she's used the DSP for a punch piece on the front too. And then it says, wishing you the best on your special day. Gotta love those flowery colors. Spring flowers, that's what I was trying to say. This is from Clozelle Harris from here in Iowa. It says, happy birthday. And here we'll just take her note out. And the stamp says, a birthday should be happy, just perfect through and through, especially when the day belongs to someone as special as you. What a sweet greeting. So that is really cool. Next, we've got one from Carolyn Jackson in Ohio. And see if I can get it out of the envelope here. Using that ink and tile. I don't remember. I think that's what it's called. Inked and tiled, just a note. So what she's done here, so the yellow right here, the crushed curry, that's actually designer series paper. But then she stamped the same type of flowers on the designer series paper and the leaves. So that's a really fun way to kind of step up your designer series paper and make it your own. So. All right, our next card comes from Elizabeth Elliott in Arizona. Looks like, oh, that almost looks like a lily pad. Look at that. Beautiful on the front there. And it says, here's to beautiful beginnings and happily ever afters. I love how the whole thing is embossed. That's super fun. Even the back is embossed as well. And we've got a card from Patricia Settle in Indiana. And it says, you're as sweet as honey. Now this one was addressed to Josh and myself, so we opened this one last night. Normally I wait and open your cards on Facebook Live, but he saw his name on it, so he wanted to open it, and he really liked the inside fold. So look at that. Isn't that fun? Right there. So you just have the designer series paper like accordion folded and put on the inside. I love that. Such a fun layout. And we've got a card from Vesta Strebe in Colorado. And, oh, her note's falling out. It says, be my Valentine. Happy Valentine's Day. Uh-oh. The inside is stuck together. Let's see here. Give me a second. I'm trying to get the inside. Oh, I see what happened. Okay, hold on. There we go. Okay, we're going to try this again. It says, happy Valentine's Day. The heart, the white heart, is actually on the inside, and it was stuck to the frame, so I was having trouble getting the card open, and I didn't want to rip it. So, there we go. We've got a Valentine's card. All right, a couple more. Nancy Young from South Carolina says hello with using those die cuts there. And the back one is, looks like a textured paper. And then her stamp says, hope you have the best birthday. Last one for today is from Jen Snell in Iowa. Says happy birthday. And, see if I can get that open. There we go. It's a trifold card. That's a very fun layout as well. Oh, you guys, I love seeing what you are making. It's so fun, and it's so fun to see everybody's creativity in the cards that you've been making. So thank you. Thank you for sending them so that I can share your creativity with other people. So I'm going to go ahead and put my camera down and show you some new products that are coming to Stampin' Up! Very soon. So one of the fun things about being a demonstrator is that we are able to pre-order products early. And so I just did that. Just going to adjust my camera here. I was just able to order some new products, and sorry for all the wiggling. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so sorry, discombobulated because I'm trying to make sure that my camera is like all set. So I was just able to order some new. Now I did not order everything that's new, but I want to show you a few stamp sets and paper and ribbon embellishments and embossing folders that I did pick up that will be available to you in March. So we as demonstrators are able to pre-order a month early, which is a fun little perk of being a demonstrator. And so I got some of those items and I'm going to show them to you today. And we're actually going to use one of the bundles to make our card for the day. Now, if you see something you love and you just can't wait to get it, you could actually join my team now and get all of this stuff as part of your starter kit. So that's always an option. If you see something and you just don't want to wait, or, you know, I don't know, if you love something so much and you want a discount on it, then it's a great time to join my team and you can get these products. So the first bundle I'm going to show you is called Latte Love. So I posted this paper and the Zinnia paper on my page earlier today, and it was really fun to see there was quite a mix. It was pretty close to half and half for coffee versus flowers. So that was fun to see. I am a huge coffee fan, of course, and so I saw this and I had to have it. I didn't even see the whole set. I actually just saw one card made out of the designer series paper. It was a teaser, and I knew I had to have this whole set. So I bought everything in the collection. So we've got this stamp set first. It says, "Hello there, let's catch up. Thanks so much. This one's on me." That's a great one for giving somebody like a gift card to your local coffee shop or tea shop. Because I say tea shop because I have a friend that we meet every couple weeks at a local tea shop, and I love it. I have really gotten into tea lattes. They're so yummy. You're the best part of my day. And then, of course, a variety of coffee and tea type things, because even if you are a tea drinker, we all use mugs regardless of the liquid you put inside of it. A mug is a mug. So you could just as easily call this a tea card if that is your preference. And then of course there's lots of dies to go with this. So you can make like a French press, you've got your mug, just a whole variety of different pieces that you can, oh, there's tiny little mugs too, those are cute. The spoon, that sort of thing. So a lot of options for what you can die cut as well. There's also a ribbon, and it is called the Polka Dot Trim. I haven't even opened this yet. This box just came, and I decided on a whim that, oh, I'm going to show you guys this stuff today. So I get to look at it with you. All right, so here is our polka dot trim. So it kind of reminds me of like a burlap is what it feels like. It feels like a burlap texture, and then it has the white dots painted on it. Now the other side is blank. You can a little bit see the shadow of the dots through it, so it would be kind of a more muted polka dot if you wanted to use the other side. The other thing you can consider is you can color this, and so you could turn it into whatever color you needed it to be. Embellishments. These are called adhesive back swirl dots, and I'm going to try to pull these up close, see if my camera will focus, because I love the swirls, you guys. Look at how cute those are. I love how swirly they are. Oh, you know what? I should open it because I think there's a third color. There is. So there you go. You got 3 different colors of the swirl dots. So I'll stick those back inside of here. Okay. So then here, I'll move this bundle aside and the ribbon so I can show you the paper. So this is a little latte designer series paper. Now, the first thing I see is that this would be great for fussy cutting. There was also a die that looks to be about this size, so I think you can actually die cut these coffee cups too. If you're like me, I'm not a huge fan of fussy cutting. And so when there's coordinating dies that cut out the DSP, I get pretty excited. All right, so we've got coffee cups, and on the back is kind of the cup ring look. We've got some coffee beans. Ooh, that's a fun pattern for like your backgrounds on a card. Got more coffee cups here. And again, I think some of the dies might cut these out, but I have to try it. Let's see here, it's sticking together. Okay, the back has a whole bunch of mugs and spoons on it, and there are some coffee beans as well on that pattern. We've got splotches of coffee. Oh, I like that one. That's very pretty. Here's kind of a marble swirl look. Kind of what your foam art kind of look. We've got that here too with the foam latte hearts, we'll call them. And then you've got a darker marble swirl. Oh, that's the last one. So then the back has the coffee beans. So the colors that I just showed you are going to be Calypso Coral, Early Espresso, Lemon Lolly, Lost Lagoon, Pecan Pie, and Petal Pink. So that's the color combinations that you just saw on that paper. Okay, so then moving on, so that's everything in that suite collection. That's the Love, let's see, what was it? Latte Love bundle. And then another new item coming out is this set of embossing folders. So there's actually 2 in here, and I'll show you. And this size, you might sometimes hear people call these mini embossing folders because they fit in the mini machine. But of course, you can obviously use them in the big machine too. So it comes with 2 different embossing folders, and you can see here the patterns for those folders. And then one last stamp set before we get, I do have another whole suite that we're going to look at that we're making cards out of today, but the other one that's not related to what we're making is called Comforting Thoughts. And I got this one because I love sentiment sets, and I especially love sentiment sets that you can mix and match on both the inside and the outside of your card. And so when you can do something like, there is no good card for this, Cancer sucks. You know, that would be a really cool combination to do. You know, you could do thinking of you, praying for you, hoping for you, hoping this is a feeling better kind of day. You know, a really cute get well card. So I love it when we can mix and match sentiments on the inside and the outside of the card. So this one just has a lot of really neat ones. I'm so sorry, you can do this, you're not alone, I'm here for you, we're here for you. So, and the mix of scripty and block fonts is always my favorite. So let's see, that one says, I wish I could make this better. I don't have all the right words to say. I do have lots of love to give. Wishing you comfort. So that is 14 different stamps. It's really fun. And that is a photopolymer stamp set. Okay, so again, I did not get everything that is coming up available in March, but I wanted to show you what has arrived so far that I've received. So the bundle that we're going to create with today is called Simply Zinnia. And first I'm going to show you the Designer Series paper. You'll see obviously some of this is cut up because I was using it for the card we're making today. So I'm just going to go behind my scraps and grab the rest of the sheets. Do these. So the color combination, let's talk about that first. Oh my goodness, there's a lot of them. So Berry Burst, Blackberry Bliss, Flirty Flamingo, Highland Heather, Lemon Lime Twist, Lemon Lolly, Melon Mambo, Mossy Meadow, Old Olive, Petal Pink, Pumpkin Pie, and Real Red. tons of coordinating colors. And you can see why, because of all of the flowers. Gorgeous flowers. Now this is another example of where I say, if you're looking to try a new color combination, look no further than our gorgeous designer series papers. Because check this out. Here we've got, let's see, Blackberry Bliss, Berry Burst, and Highland Heather. And then in the middle is probably Lemon Lolly and, what did I say? Pumpkin Pie. So right there, you have a whole new color combination that you could try out, you know, or any one of these flowers. So just something to think about. And the back of it has little flowers. Ooh, that's a pretty sheet. And we got the green lemon lime twist on the back. A bunch of little flowers with pink. They're actually tiny little flowers. I was gonna say pink polka dots, but these are actually tiny little flowers all over there. We're gonna be using this pattern today, this Melon Mambo flower. So that's why there's just one in here. Okay, then we got the leaves. Ooh, I like the stripes. That's really pretty. And then we've got this flower sheet, which we're using today as well, with the Blackberry Bliss on the background. Okay, so I need to show you our stamp set and embossing folder. So this is the Simply Zinnia, I have no idea how you say this word. So we're going to go with Zinnia because it just sounds cool. Sending flowers and thinking of you. Words, let's see. Sometimes reading upside down is hard. Words fail to express my gratitude and thank you so much. And then, of course, you've got the flowers and you've got the dies to cut out those flowers or also to just make some of your own. So you can layer some of these and create your own flower combinations. And this is a cling stamp set. Now, I've only put the sticker on one of the stamps that I'm using today. But I'll go through and do the rest here later. And then there's also a coordinating embossing folder called the Zinnia 3D embossing folder. We're going to use that today too. Last but not least, we have to have our embellishments. So these are adhesive backed shiny sequins, and these coordinate with the colors in the designer series paper. So let's make a card using these new products. And I'm going to do this fun fold. So here we go. We've got our Blackberry Bliss and Melon Mambo. And we're just going to take this flap, fold it back, and that's how we open our card. So let's make this card. We'll start with a piece of Blackberry Bliss, measuring 5.5 by 8.5. And let me just move my stamps and ink so I can put my trimmer here. We'll start by scoring it in half. So we're going to score it at 4 1/4. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to move it over and I'm going to cut off 1 inch from the front flap. Don't throw this piece away because you're going to be using it later on the card. So I've just cut 1 inch off my front flap. So then what I'll do is I will take that piece and I'm first going to cut it down to 5 inches. So I want it to be 1 inch by 1/2 inch. So, I'm sorry, I said that wrong. Not 1 inch by 1/2 inch. I need it to be 1/2 inch by 5 inches. Okay, so let's see if that just moved because I kind of knocked into it. So 1/2 inch by 5 inches. Okay, and that actually gives you 2 strips, which you can keep. All right, next we're gonna need a piece of Melon Mambo. And this piece, we are gonna cut to 3/4 by 5 1/4. So we'll start with 5 1/4. And then we'll do 3/4. So we've got 3/4 by 5 1/4. Set that here. And then our designer series paper, we need it to measure 3 by 5 1/4. So 3 inches. Okay, this one's already 3 inches wide. So we'll go to 5 1/4. There we go. And then last but not least, I need a piece of basic white. And looks like I didn't grab one, so let me just take that here. I always have a collection of inserts next to me, so we can just cut this to the size that we need. So we're going to need 3 by 5 1/4. So 3 by 5 1/4. So there we go. We've got that one. So you'll notice these are the same size. The designer series paper and your insert are the same size. Okay. So now what we'll do is we will, oh, you know what? I forgot one more score line. Okay. So you know we've scored it at 4 1/4, so it's scored in half. But I also need a score line on my back panel that's going to be right here along this line. Okay, so we're going to put that back panel in, and we're going to score it at 1 inch. So I'm going to score 1 inch on the back panel. So now when I close my card closes right to that score line. Okay. All right. So now what we're going to do is we are going to, let's see, where should I start? I think I'll start with this little strip over here. We're going to take our melon mambo and we're going to adhere it to that 1 inch strip that we just scored. So we'll put that right there in the middle of our 1 inch strip. And then we'll take our 1/2 inch Blackberry Bliss strip. And what I've done is I have just stuck it in to the Zinnia embossing folder and I have embossed it. So there's just some flower texture. I think if I bring it up here. Now what I did, I want to show you this. I'm not actually going to emboss for you, but I'm going to show you kind of what I think about when I'm placing stuff because it might help you. Okay. So the flowers go this way, this direction. So when I'm looking at my flowers here, I wanted to have my strip so that I would have some stem and then coming up through the middle of the flower. So I'm looking for a stem and all I did was place my strip right over it. Now, if you'll remember, when we did our cutting, we actually ended up with 2 strips. So you could go ahead and do the second one. And then you could use it, you know, maybe on the inside of your card, you know, for some further embellishment. That would be, you know, an option for that second strip. But that's how I got the flower texture on my Blackberry Bliss piece. So I'm just going to take that and, sorry, I got to look at it and make sure that I'm putting tape on the right side. Honestly, both sides look pretty cool with this embossing folder. So you can really pick whichever side you like better. But I'm going to pick the side with the raised impression. Okay. And then we're going to turn this over to the front of our card. And we're going to adhere our designer series paper. Now, these flowers, this flower pattern is directional. So just be mindful of that so that we wouldn't want to put our flowers upside down like this, okay? So we're going to stick that on the card front. And then I'm going to go ahead and crease this down. There we go. So we've got our card front. So now we need a few flowers. So what I've done is I've taken that designer series paper that I showed you earlier, and I have just begun fussy cutting these flowers. So now I know I said earlier as we were talking that I don't really like fussy cutting. It's true, I don't. But these flowers are so cute. I couldn't help but show you guys how they could be fussy cut out. So I'll just finish each of the 2 flowers that I've got here. And I'm including the leaves when I die cut it out. Oops, so this flower here has 3 leaves on it. And then this one is actually a partial flower. But I don't want to waste any of the beautiful flowers that are in this paper. So I'm even going to use these partial flowers that come off the edge of the paper. So just kind of wind our way around the flower. So there we go, we've got that one. And we'll take this partial flower and our weight insert, and we'll just adhere those together. So I'll just put this white flower, I'll put the flower on the white piece right down at the very bottom, just like that. Now I could put some words here if I wanted to, but I am just going to go ahead and adhere it on the inside of my card. But those side flowers this is a really great way to use up those side flowers, is put them in the middle of your card. All right, so there we go. Because then it looks like you intentionally tried to cut it off and you're not wasting flowers. So when we look back at the paper, let me show you. You could use these big ones too. These are extra big, but I wanted a slightly smaller flower. So this was the pattern I went with. And so you can see there's all these edge flowers, and I just didn't want to waste them when I'm fussy cutting. So that's where I cut them out. And then some of these are even like a double flower. So you could really pick for this particular layout, you could pick any of those flowers. They would all work for what we're doing. And you can just adjust your cardstock combination based on the flower that you choose. So you can see here where I got the Melon Mambo and Blackberry Bliss combination. All right, so coming back to the front of our card, we're going to set that aside. I'm going to grab a scrap of Melon Mambo and Blackberry Bliss. I said that backwards. This was actually Blackberry Bliss, and this is Melon Mambo. First, I've got my 2 3/8 inch circle punch. And then I've got the decorative circle punch. And you can pair those together because the decorative circle punch looks very similar to the zinnias. And we can pair that here and have a fun color combination. So let's stamp some words. So we're going to use thank you so much. And, oh gosh, my ink pad doesn't want to come open. And we've got our Blackberry Bliss ink. And I'm just going to stamp it towards the bottom of my decorative circle. Okay. Now before I adhere my words, I want to adhere this circle. And I'll tell you why. If I were to put these 2 on here, then it's extra important that I place my dimensionals correctly so that my words are straight across the bottom of this circle. So I don't end up dimensionalizing and having crooked words like this, okay? So I don't want to have to mess with that. So instead, before we adhere this, we'll set that aside and we will put our circle down where we want it so you can kind of visualize for your dimensionals. And we're going to put 3 dimensionals here. Now the reason that we do 3, it is extra, but this flap is going to get folded back and forth, and the front of our card is going to be tucked under these circles, you know, possibly multiple times. You never know how many times somebody's going to open your card and want to reread your message. So by having 3 dimensionals, we kind of really reinforce this circle. All right, oops, let's get that backing in the trash. So all I'm going to do is turn this over, and adhere it here to my card. And now you can see we have our closed card. So this 1-inch flap over here has a score line that you can bend back, and now you can open your card. I'll double check that my embellishments aren't, or my dimensionals aren't sticking out, and they're not. I don't want that to be sticky. Okay, now we can take our words and we can add those onto our Blackberry Bliss circle. Oop. There we go. And then we'll take our flower, and I am going to, let's see here, kind of play with this. I think I'm going to do the flower, or the leaves, kind of over on the side. Now, this is really important. We don't want to tape anything to this melon mambo piece, because remember, the circle and flower stays in place while we open this melon mambo flap. So we don't want to have any adhesive up here that is going to be exposed. So I'm going to take a look at my flower, and I'm just going to put some tape right on the melon mambo, and then I can cover it up with my flower. There we go. Make sure I don't have any exposed adhesive. And then we can grab our, oh dear, our sequins. Oh, here they are. We'll grab our shiny sequins. We'll take that. And I was using these ones down here in the corner. I'm gonna stick one here. And then I think I'll put one in the middle of that flower. And I think we'll stick one here in the middle of this flower. Yeah, I really want one here too. But that means I gotta do one more, right? Because people say you should do an uneven number or something, right? Okay, so now we've got 5. So here we have our Zinnia Fun Fold. So you fold that flap back, and there you go. There's our card. And that just holds it on really nicely so that your card stays closed. So there you go. Now, you'll notice I did use a different flower here. If I bring back my sample, in my sample, I fussy cut a double set of flowers here. So 2 leaves, 2 flowers, a little bit different, but still ties in with the card. So thank you, Betty. That's very kind of you. Well, I hope this was an inspiration to you to get crafting. Know that you don't have to have the same exact supplies. You can take this layout idea and make it using any supplies that you own. So don't forget about that. You can always find the supplies and measurements on my website as well, along with the YouTube replay link if you missed anything in the video and you don't want to have to re-listen to it. So, all right. Thank you guys for tuning in. And again, these products are available right now if you want to join my team, or you'll be able to purchase them in March. So thanks for tuning in, and don't forget to encourage one another and build each other up. Have a great day.